Okay, welcome everybody. It's our September group Zoom. Incredible, huh? Glad you could join us. I'm Amy Marc-Charles. I'm your Superstar Director, and we have some other directors from our group on, some other group members. We're going to have different people talking tonight about different kinds of parties and just kind of giving some different ideas. Maybe you'll gain some knowledge on a new way you could try to run some parties. Is there a lot of feedback? It might be because we're not all muted. I might mute you, but we'll have some questions and stuff if I can remember how to mute everybody. Here we go. There we go. Okay, that kind of took care of some of the feedback. So just if you need to say something, you are welcome to shout out. Or if you're on your phone, it's a little harder to see the chat, but there is a chat function too, so you guys can be, you know, chatting and answering questions in there too if you feel like you need to. But I think tonight's going to be really good. I wanted to start us off by asking if you have smelled the holiday 3-pack yet. The 3, not holiday, harvest. Who has smelled the 3 harvest scents? Can you like raise your hand? Not just a couple of us? Oh, well, I feel a little bit bad then. Chris, do you like them? She said yes.
Yes. One I'm not a fan of, but that's the oak one.
It's my least favorite, but it's not bad to me.
It's not bad. It's just not something I'm going to put in my club.
Mm-hmm.
The apple one is going in my club. The other one, I want to warm it before I decide because I like it. That one right there that's it. Like it. That one's my favorite. Mm-hmm. The other one, I definitely want to warm it, and then we'll see. Because I have so many warmers, I have to have at least 3 to 4 bars. So I ordered 3 sets of it. I'll get it going probably tomorrow and find out if I like how well I like it. Is it club worthy?
Yeah. This one definitely.
That one is
to me.
Oh, hands down all year. Right there.
I added it today to my club. I put 6 in because my club is processing on the 17th, and I was like, that'll be a good little. I'm gonna order more 3-packs to make samples this week, but those will be for me, and that should get me by for maybe a month. I don't know. I love this one.
That one's
and
good.
Then this one you're talking about, like you need to warm it. I've been warming it a couple of times.
Yeah.
So what's interesting is it's cranberry, pumpkin, and spice. It doesn't say anything about like a woodsy or an embery type, but there's something about it that's like a fire. Do you think? You didn't warm it yet. But there's like this underlying. So I put it in my cut it out warmer, which is that little mini pumpkin jack-o'-lantern. And I was like, it's almost like they wanted to make it feel like I've got a little candle burning in there or something. Like there's just something about it. And you can smell it when you open it. I don't know, like a toasted marshmallow maybe type thing.
Yeah.
At the base.
Okay. Hold on.
A little fiery, like a fire. I don't know. It's smoky. So it's pretty good. It's different than what I would have guessed. It's not as sweet. I guess that's what I have to say. And then this is more earthy, but it's not bad. It's just different. It smells like something we've had before, honestly, and I cannot name it.
I can't get it though. Are we the only 2 that have it yet?
I think so. So I guess we shouldn't say too much, but if you guys haven't
it's definitely worth the purchase.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely worth purchasing.
Yeah.
Even my least favorite still worth. My kids liked it.
Right.
So.
Right. It's not bad. And what I want to do now is get these samples out. And I am hoping they keep making them. So last year, didn't we run out of our Harvest 3-pack, but then they made more and they turned it back on?
We were able to put it in our club, I believe. Somebody can correct us if we're wrong. Once it ran out, but I don't remember if they brought back.
Oh, maybe Kathy, were you asking which one is that? Toasted acorn and oak? I don't know if that's what you were talking about, but that's the other one. And then cranberry, pumpkin, spice, and then orchard, apple, and spice. It's good. I think there's something for everybody. And so I would definitely get these if you haven't ordered one. And I want to know what everybody thinks about this one. My mother-in-law.
This one is club worthy, guys.
And she was like, oh, I don't like that. But
who didn't like it?
My mother-in-law. And she normally likes some stuff. Like she just grabbed a Bright Cider Life and a pumpkin roll, which are my other favorites for fall. But I don't know.
But she didn't like the orchard apple spice.
But she didn't smell it warming. It was really toned down by the time they came over today. So it was really subtle. Because I used this much in my house. I was afraid to use too much and be out of it. So anyway,
I like it as much as I like Bright Cider Life, and I love Bright Cider Life. So these are going to be my top 2 this fall.
We're on the same page. Yes. Okay. So those of you guys who may not have your stuff yet, what have you sold the most of? You can talk in the chat, or you can unmute for a second. Let's just I like to see what harvest stuff are you selling the best. I think it's interesting for all of us so we can suggest stuff to our customers.
I did the very superstitious, a couple of those, and the enchanted warmer, and then the 3-pack of bars.
Have to look them up. I can't remember the names. Oh,
Very superstitious is the one that looks like a cat.
I have it.
I haven't sold that one yet.
Somebody went online and bought it from me, but I'm selling the enchanted pumpkin a lot more, and people are really interested in shining light.
Shining Light, since we posted the enchanted, I had only sold 1, and then I posted my personal picture of it and sold 4 or 5.
I think I sold 4 of
So
them.
it just really shows that when you put it in your house and you take a picture, even though it's not staged, and I'm not a photographer at all, I mean, if you look close enough, you can see my TV wire in the back. Like, it's definitely not anything that I should have probably posted, but I posted it and I sold 4 or 5. I think I sold 4 that came through me and then 1 through my website.
Mhm.
So
In my opinion, I think the photo they used in the brochure does not do it justice.
Which one? Enchanted Pumpkin?
Oh,
Enchanted
definitely
pumpkin.
not.
Yeah, I don't think so. And the same like this, I posted the whatever it's called, Forever
Yes, Amy, I
Fall.
was just gonna say that.
I
Holy
sold
crap,
2.
yours looks so pretty.
I sold 2 of them. It's just a lot bright. The colors come out a lot brighter. And I need to try it with another color bulb, but I haven't. Oogie Boogie, Nirma said the buddy. No, we can't sell the buddy yet. So the warmer, I guess. And I've sold a lot of Scary Good because I made a form this time and had people offered that they could fill out the form to order. And both of them they added on. I don't know if it's because it's kind of a discounted scent or what, but they added that too. So anyway, go ahead, Kathy.
I always start my month off with my scent boxes. That's one of the first things that I place an order for on the first of every month, because it starts me off with a lot of PRV. I've already got my 500 in by the first. And I put Scary Good in it, but I also put in one of the fragrance flowers from, which I'm trying to remember which one it was. I can look real quick here in my order. Anyway, I put in a fragrance flower. I had seen I just, because I hadn't smelled it yet, I picked cranberry pumpkin spice for the fragrance flower. It's just I didn't, my bars haven't arrived yet. They should arrive tomorrow. But I stuck that in. I saw a post on one of the Facebook groups. I don't know which one it was. Somebody had taken their cricket and made spider webs and spiders and put it all over the outside of the fragrance flower. So I had a friend that was going to show me how to use a cricket and get me all turned on to it. And turns out some things just fell into place for her, and she's going to be moving back to Meridian, which they're from the Boise area. But they're moving next week. And so she just cut it all out for me, and I just have to pick them off and put them on my flowers when they get here. So that's one of the things that I'm doing for my my scent boxes this month. But I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And that's why Scary Good for me has sold a lot, because I put Scary Good in the box. I thought it smelled good. I thought it smelled real fallish. And I wanted to go with kind of a scary Halloween theme because, it's Halloween. So.
Yeah, it's a cute name. The first customer that asked me for that, I was like, what is that scent? Because she got it in her whiff box last month and I hadn't really paid attention to the name of the scent yet. I was like, which one again? And she's like, it's called Scary Good. And I was like, I think we have a scent in there. No, I got to figure it out though. Oh, that was a little embarrassing. Okay, so let's chat a little bit about parties. I don't know if any of the directors want to speak up, but I just have to say this for anybody who's watching tonight or watching the recording. You don't have to do parties. We're originally a party plan company. You don't have to do parties. There have definitely been years when I did not do too many like official parties, like a home party. And I really just lived off of like bag parties where people would collect some orders, or I would do a lot of, just customer follow-up and stick with that. But parties are where you grow your business. So you can only get so far through the friends and family that and then meeting new people here and there, especially right now. A lot of people are still not quite doing as many activities as we used to. And so you can get by with referrals here and there and word of mouth and stuff like that. But parties is where I've been meeting new customers and new team members. So some of you guys doing these parties, you're like shaking your head. You're like, yeah, we get it. And I'll say, I love bag parties and I think they work, and that's what I was doing. The majority of my business was like these bag or basket parties. And we'll talk about that for years. And I would do some home parties in the fall. But I wasn't like getting a lot of customer interaction. And so now, since last fall, I started doing Facebook parties, and I'm telling you, I have been interacting with people, and now they're like Facebook friends with me, and they are reordering. They are like, we are chatting about stuff. They feel like they know me, and my business is growing. And the recruits that I'm getting are from people I have met who were just a guest at a party, or they were my host for my Facebook parties I've been having. Speaking of hosts, you guys, we do have another join special this month, and I forgot to mention it. And if you don't know, just real quick, there is additional stuff in the starter kits this month. So whether somebody joins with the regular $99 kit, there's an extra bonus warmer, or if they do a reinstatement kit or the host kit, which are the same, they get a mini warmer and some bars, like extra stuff. So instead of a discounted kit, they're doing where you get more stuff. And I'm kind of excited because I think it means maybe the people who join will, they'll be more serious than just doing like a cheap little $15 kit. We'll see. But anyway, so if you haven't done parties, I encourage you to listen to the different types that we're going to just kind of briefly touch on tonight and see what interests you, what you think you would enjoy doing, and what you think your current customers and your future customers would benefit from. And just try something new. Okay. So maybe you've only ever done a certain kind, or you've never done any kind of party besides maybe a launch party or something. Like, try something new. I hope we'll give you some new ideas. So let's start. Jen, do you want to do I call them basket parties. She calls them a bag party. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I can. Hey everybody, how you guys doing? Happy Labor Day. Can you hear me? Is my internet stable? Because it kind of was going in and out for a minute. Am I good? Okay. Okay, so I actually have my main bag party out right now, which is a good thing, but it's a bad thing when I wanted to show you guys. So here's like my little backup one, which is a little bit different. The only main difference is this has just a set of the transition testers. So let me show you, back it up. So I have these like plasticky, I think they're called like stadium bags. They're from Amazon. They come in like 2 packs for like $11. They're pretty inexpensive. and they hold a lot and they're wipeable. So that's why I like them in case something gets spilled. It's very easy to wipe these out. During summer, I had a couple things melt, so I just wiped them out and we were all good. So let me just go through what I have in here. So in my main party bag, I have all the testers and I have them in plastic bags. I just use the plastic bags that you get with the ice packs. I just save those and then I label the front of them and I just put them in categories. So I put each testers in the category. This is my backup. So this just has a transition set in here, which is like a little thermal bag to keep them cooler because it's still hot here. So that's kind of up to you. If you feel like you're giving this to someone that's maybe already smelled your testers a few times and they just want to figure out like what the new ones smell like, and just do the transition testers, that totally works. So that's what I have in this one. I also have catalogs. So I put like 3 or 4 catalogs in there so they could share them or give them to friends. Like a lot of times I have friends that are nurses and they'll take these to hospital. And so sometimes they'll leave them there for a couple days and they won't maybe see the person that's on the next shift. So I just leave enough of these to take. And then I always do include the order forms in there too for them. And I just let them know what I need. And I can always total that up for them later if they need to. But I let them know how to do the tax and stuff just in case. And then I like to do a couple of things that maybe they haven't tried before. And so I'll do like these try me packs. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a label that says what this is and it says try me on there. So they know to go ahead and use it. So I'll usually do a few things. So I have a room spray in there. I will do a bottle of fresh in there because a lot of people have not tried this. And once they do try it, they absolutely love it. And I found that I do sell a lot more when they do get to try it. So throw a bottle of that in there or counter clean, one of the two. It's really like what you have. So if you have a counter clean, just toss that in there too, one or the other. And then I also really like to do a little bag with the wall fan diffuser. This is a swivel, you can see it, but I put a thing of pods in there and the wall diffuser together. And I say, just try it out, especially if it's at like an office. I said, just plug it in and let it go for like, as long as you have my party. And I get the most orders back from letting them try this. So this is a great thing to include in that. And it's just so nice because a lot of people don't even know we have this and they're not used to hearing about pods. They know we have the wax, they know we have warmers, but they don't know anything about this. And this is like hugely popular now. And it's nice to let them try it. And then I put like a travel tin in there to try. Whatever you have on hand, doesn't matter. And then I will do like a nice little hostess pack. And I will put the name of the host with a QR code on there so that like if someone is just seeing this on a break room table, I have a lot of teachers also as customers. They just put these out with these labels, and that way all that person has to do is scan that label and they're good to go to order. It makes it super easy. And then I make sure to put the picture of the host on the label as well, so they know who the host is. And then I'll usually let them leave a few of these around. So I'll give one to her, and then I'll give her like 5, and they're kind of just like party packs. Those who've done party packs before, I'll do a scent circle and some, samples to take and the catalog and all that good stuff. So that'll be in there as well. And that's pretty much it for those. A lot of times I will use this in conjunction with the Facebook party. Like Amy said, those are my favorite. Those are how I get my new consultants. I probably wouldn't have had the last 4 or 5 people sign up if they weren't my hosts first. So it's really important for me to use this to help my Facebook hosts, maybe for, maybe some of their friends they want to share with who haven't had a chance to smell them. But again, they're just great to lend out for people that want to take them to businesses and schools and stuff like that. So that's about it. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. Did I miss anyone? Jess, were you? I saw someone raise their hand. Was that you, Jess?
So for your room spray and your counter clean and all that, do you just pick like whatever the scent of the month is, or do you just pick like seasonal favorites that might sell, like cider mill, or just what you have on hand, like anything?
Yeah, I would totally do seasonal. If you have seasonal right now, do seasonal because you know, that's kind of the mode. But a lot of times I'll just kind of grab what I already have open from before. So if this is one that was open before, I'll just keep, you know, putting this in the bag. I do Lysol wipe everything off after when it comes back in. But like some of them like this, I just put the Cloudberry Dreams in there because, you know, the Cloudberry Dreams did come into so many different things this time, like the laundry and all that. So I wanted to like give them, you know, something else to smell that was in all the lines. So I'll do that too. So it just kind of depends. You know, kind of just whatever you have, whatever works. But I love this seasonal idea. So that's all.
Thank you. That was a great overview. So if you guys are interested in that kind of a thing and you want to like get some more ideas, ask your sponsor, ask your director, I'm telling you, the best thing is probably to ask on your team page if you're on a team Facebook page and say, I'm trying to get new ideas. What do you guys put in your bag parties? And I bet people will chime in and it'd be a good discussion to have. Okay, so next, we're going to keep going though, because we have several different types. I just want to kind of give like an overview of ideas. So let's have Kathy. I asked her today, you guys, she's so great. I asked her today if she would speak a little bit about QR code parties because she's been doing them since the spring, I think. She can tell you.
Well, I started to do the QR code parties and put them together back last spring. And I went through everything. There's a website that it's called the Monthly Movement. That particular Facebook group purchased the URL, themonthlymovement.com. And so you can actually go to themonthlymovement.com and I think it will take you to the join page for that group. Then you can get on all of this stuff. They tell you step by step by step how to do these things. And so last spring, I decided I was going to give it a shot. Well, these QR codes, which are inside, I printed them all off on Avery. And then what you do is you place those QR codes inside your catalog. So your catalog is full of different QR codes, and they tell you the pages which do not correspond with the pages of the new catalog. So, but you guys have all been consultants long enough, you know which page to stick it on. If it's for for wax and warmers, you can figure out what sheet to put it on, and they're really pretty close. But for instance, like the QR codes are just something you stick on a certain page. Okay, so I've stuck QR, I think there's 15 of them, and there's a QR code for nearly everything. I think body is the only one that they didn't include a QR code for, and that was intentional for some reason. And I don't know what their reason was, but I just don't have one there, but I do include a body sample. So you can do it with a full-size catalog. You can do it with they've got instructions on how to do it with a showcase brochure or even a product brochure. Now, what happened to me last spring is I got hung up on the welcome video and the thank you for coming video. I felt like in order to be able to be effective, it really needed to be me instead of the generic one and there is a generic for all of them. So you're welcome to use the generic one. But this year, after SFR, I already had a bunch of banner string stuff hanging down, and I had created a photo booth in my home. And I used that photo booth to create my video. And so I created a video of my own and created the QR code. And then I put it onto YouTube but it's not searchable on YouTube. It's only, it's kind of hidden. You have to have the QR code to watch the video. So once I did that, I felt like, okay, now I'm ready to go. So I stuck all this together and I found myself multiple hosts actually, but it takes a bit to put together. I mean, I don't know how many of you put together party packs, but the party packs have a lot of samples in them. They've got a lot of stuff that go along with the QR code party. For instance, like the scavenger hunt, where you can find all of the different scents and stuff that are in the catalog. I went this time with the generic scavenger hunt because I put the stickers on this sheet. And then I just threw a few stickers in the catalog as well so that they would know things like the pet line. And I stuck all of those stickers on there. And then there were some other things that I just threw in like a real sample. And then I think I might have another real sample in, yes, I did. I attached it to the newsletter for the warmer of the month. So I stuck those in. And then I also stuck in, I created a postcard for the air purifier. And I put some sort of a launch special on it. And then of course, your samples and you guys are all familiar, I know you are, with bulk sampling. And then some candy. And then this one is not complete because it doesn't have the confetti and stuff in it too. So people who know me, they know by now that if something comes from me, you're going to know that there's some confetti in that envelope. So they know to either open it over the trash or something, because they just know they've been conditioned now. There's enough stuff that's come to their house that they're conditioned. So I found my hostess. This for my first hostess. This particular customer has been a customer for 7 years. And I was listening as Kaylin's been talking to us about listening to the conversations of people. This particular customer has been buying my scent boxes since I started doing them. And even when I've had a disaster show up at her doorstep because it got so hot in Texas that the cap popped off of a body gel or something, a soap, and it left a mess inside the box. She's a flight attendant. So she just said, you know what? Next time, just put some saran wrap underneath the cap and then put the cap on. So I do that all the time. So she's given me great feedback and never complained whenever anything like that happened. And I felt horrible when it did. So, I would do my best to make it up to her and do something nice for her. But she's been buying them faithfully every single month for her and for a friend that lives in Marietta, Georgia, faithfully. Well, the last, a few months ago, she contacted me and said, I need to go back down to like maybe once every other month. And I said, okay, no problem. But I didn't really know why. Then about a month and a half ago, she said, I'm going to have to put these on hold until January. And I said, okay, what's going on? And she said, well, my divorce just got final. And I said, oh, I think what we need to do is we need to do an upgrade. We're going to upgrade you from, I said, would you be interested in upgrading from customer to consultant? And then I went into I just talked to her and I said, look, life changing doesn't have to be making millions of dollars. Life-changing can be just being able to say yes to something when you might put it on hold and say, I want to do it. I'll do it later when I feel like I can better afford it. So rather than say no to everything, or I'll do it later, or I'll treat myself later, you have the potential to be able to have some bit of income that you can say yes to. You can go to the nail salon and get your nails done without feeling guilty and without saying, gosh, I sure wish that I could do that right now, but I'm going to have to put it on hold. And she started thinking about it, and she decided to host the party. And I told her I'm going to limit the number of party packs to 10, because, you know, we all know they're a little bit pricey just to mail out, especially with this kind. When I was doing a full-size catalog, which the next one I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the showcase brochure, because I think it'll be less money to mail out. And I think Amy's convinced me of that. But I had just mailed out to all of my customers all of the showcase brochures that I had, and I didn't have any on hand anymore. So I ended up making these. I limited her to 10. I gave her all the verbiage, which is in the monthlymovement.com site. So all of the verbiage on how to, the host should invite her customers to the party. And then there's this really cool graphic that they have in there that it says, scan, smell, and shop. Then what it says is, oh, hey there, just a wild guess. You already have your phone out. If so, you're holding this card. You're already at your friend's Scentsy party. This is literally the easiest, fastest Scentsy party you've ever not attended. I mean, you're already at it. Wherever you are right now, pants or no pants, you're at the party. Here's how this works. And it says, open the catalog and use your camera's phone to scan the QR codes you'll find inside of it. Like you're ordering from a restaurant post 2020. Watch all 15 TikTok size videos you find at the codes while smelling the smellies I sent you. Then when you're done, scan the shopping code to shop your friend's party. As the host, she'll earn free and half price Scentsy goodies when you do. This is your chance to be the coolest friend ever. So this is all provided for you on the monthly movement. It's all there, and you print on both sides. They say you can print it on cardstock, but I printed it on 24-pound paper because it's a little bit lighter, it's cheaper, you know, all of that. So I got those printed, and then I included my story and all that in there too. So she told me she was going to invite more than 10 people. And I said, well, if you end up inviting more than 10, then I'll put together something like what I would mail to my customers when I'm having a catalog transition. Just a showcase brochure, and maybe the rub and sniff sheet, and maybe a newsletter with one sample in it. And that might cost me $1 to ship. Super cheap. But she literally had every single purchase that was made on her party was through my website. 100%. That party hit over 1,000 PRV. And then as she was getting closer and closer and closer, I would tell her, well, your party's at this now. You have now earned blah, 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 blah. And I said, if it hits this next goal, then you will have earned blah, 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 blah. And I told her point blank, my goal is to skip over the 20% that you would get back on your purchases and jump straight to the 25%. I want you to hit that 1,000. And when it did, she was so proud of herself. And I was so proud of her too. And she asked me, okay, so if I'm earning this and I'm getting this giant kit and I'm getting the $250, what are you getting? And I said, well, you remember last year when I hit the annual sales award? My goal this year is to get the annual mentor award. And for me to do that, I have to get 13 people to that 1,000 PRV. I have to make a difference in 13 people's lives. I've never done that before, but I want to. And she said, okay. So now she's a consultant because I flipped her. Because all of the sales were online, I had to contact consultant support, and they had to manually move everything from my PRV to her PRV. But it still worked out fine because my PRV for the month was still, I hit my goal of over 2,000, and she got 1,000 PRV too, and she got all of those points towards the trip, and I got the points towards the trip, and it just worked out really great. So I was thrilled that this all happened this way. Today, a friend came over and she was wanting to purchase some stuff just outright. And I have a lot of inventory because I do the fairs and shows, and I'm getting ready to do 3 in a row in October. But she was going to purchase about $175 worth of stuff. And I said, we live really, really close to the distribution center. I told her, I'm going to do this. I'm going to open up a personal shopping link for you, and you're going to order it through your personal shopping link. And then because we live so close to the distribution center, you can pick it up from the distribution center for $4 instead of having to pay $18 in shipping to your house. And when we Googled on where the distribution center was, she said, that's on my way to work. And then she said, how late, what are their hours? And we looked it up. It's 11 to 8 p.m. She said, I can just swing by after work on my way home. So she's got that party going now. And I know that in a month, she's going to want some Christmas stuff. So that party's going to hit 200, and she'll start getting the free and half price goodies too. And if she starts, if she starts sharing that with her friends, then I told her, look, you're basically doing what I do. You could just take that, and when it hits 200 PRV, you could do what I do for no out-of-pocket expense, because there's a kit available for no out-of-pocket expense, and you can use it.
Kathy, you're on fire.
She said, well, I'm just trying to listen to how people are phrasing these things so that I'm not saying join my team, because people get afraid of that join my team mentality. And so when you say things like, I'm going to upgrade you, that sounds like you're playing a video game. You know, we're going to upgrade. Or I'm going to open a personal shopping link for you. And those are the things I'm trying to really change in the way I approach how I'm speaking to people about joining.
And it's working. I think you're doing really great. I'm really happy, especially for the one that joined and had $1,000 party, got certified right off the bat. Like, congrats to both of you guys. That is so exciting.
And she's not even on Facebook, not at all.
See, so, that's where a QR code party is a nice thing to offer in place of some things like the Facebook party. So there's different kinds for different kinds of consultants and different kinds of customers. And that's why we really wanted to go over so many different things, because a basket party doesn't necessarily work unless you're with the host is with people, she works with people, or goes someplace, or is with family. But there's different things for different types. So thank you so much for being willing to share that. And I'm happy that you've had a lot of success with that. So, and you kind of already like segued. Nirma, are you here? Are you ready? Can you speak real quick about personal shopping links?
Hi, I'm here.
Okay.
Yes. Are y'all ready?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I started doing this method and I learned it from the superstar director, Debbie. And then she started doing this method. Well, I don't know how long she's done it, but I've done this about a year now. And it's called personal shopping link. Because I was using the word, would you like to host, or can I create you a party link? And so most of them were kind of like getting scared away. They don't have time for partying. So they just wanted something simple and easy. They didn't want me to be interacting with them. They just wanted something on the go. So I said, well, I started changing the words of how about I just do a your own personal shopping link. It's gonna have your website on there, with mine's on there, but anyone can shop through this. There's no involvement of me in your life. Like basically, what I'm saying is going to your home, or sometimes they said they didn't have time for it, so they just want to share it with a text message or through a messenger. So I created their links and they were fine with it. They actually were more happy to have that going for them than me stepping in and hosting for them and helping host. So this personal shopping link actually is a hit for me. This is how I do my parties, just simple. All I do is, as once I create their, if they're not local, or I would mail them their catalog with their what's it called, that one little code with their code, I'm sorry, barcode with their party link.
Oh, a QR code?
Yes, that one. And so I'm actually, when I do send out the catalogs, I print out their code on there. So when they're out there sharing the catalog with their friends and family, all they do is just scan it and they're ready to shop. So that's another reason why I was doing this as well, because they didn't want to hold money. They didn't want to do order forms or anything like that. They want something simple to shop on. And so that worked for them.
I have a question, Nirma.
Uh-huh.
So you said you're sending them catalogs with the QR
Catalogs.
code on the front of it?
Yes, with their party link.
Oh, I've been giving people personal shopping links, but it never occurred to me to send them several catalogs so that they could give it to them, and it has their party link on the front so they could give it to their friends and family.
And it's easy as well, because even if the link breaks, it still goes straight to your website, no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, why have I not thought of that? That seems like so simple.
It's simple, like I said, yeah, simple, easy, get your parties going with just the word shopping link. And then, like I said, once I always say that if your shopping link reaches to 200 more, we can get you to join. And they think, oh wow, that's cool. I don't have to do nothing. I don't have to touch anybody's money. I don't have to hand over money. Everything's on the website.
That's great. I mean, it just, the way you presented it, it just does sound so easy, like so simple. Yes. And you're right, there are people who's like, I just don't want to mess with it. But if they're going to place an order, they might as well see. And I've done this too, but not as like successfully and as often, I think, as you do. But anytime somebody's got an order of $100 or more, I'm like, do you know anybody else who needs to order? Or why don't we just go ahead and I will make a link. We'll place this, like Kathy kind of said, we'll place this under your party so you can start racking up more rewards. You do have to be careful, guys, because parties are only on the website, on your workstation, active for 90 days. After that, they're going to get deleted. So I don't know what you do, Nirma, but if you just go in and add a bulb every other month or something, you're going to be okay. Make sure you just add something, you can take it out, but go in on that party on your workstation. You can, just changing the date makes me nervous. So I've heard somebody from home office, I can't remember if it was Chuck or Mark, but they said, just go in and add something and take it out when you close the party, but periodically it'll keep it active. So they won't purge that party. So that's your tip for that. Okay.
Okay.
Do you have anything else about the personal shopping links you want to share?
No, just the word shopping link. I do not say, do you want a party host for me or anything like that? The word parties just scares them away.
How many would you say you have open at a time?
I think I have some right now. I believe I have like 5 right now open.
Pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing that. Cause I know that's another way that we can work our business. And, you are still getting new contacts. You may not be like really talking to them, except for, do you follow up with those customers then?
I sure do.
So
I sure.
you've got their information. They ordered on your website.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, great. Okay, so the last couple things, we got 10 minutes, and I'm going to share 2 things with you. 3. One of them is the basic home party. I'm going to give you a general overview. People are scared to death, I think, when you first join to do a home party, because you're in front of people, you're going to somebody's house, you're meeting at a coffee shop or something. And I don't know why, but let me tell you guys, this year is 13 years, tomorrow for me, 13 years. And every single time I walk into a house or I'm packing up to go to a home party, I am nervous. Like, I'm not afraid to speak in front of people or to meet people, but there's just something, because you never know exactly how they're going to work out. Thanks, Chris. You never know what's going to happen exactly. But I end up leaving feeling so fulfilled that I got to meet people face to face. And even if you're not really outgoing, you just sit around a table together, or you can stand up and do a presentation. You bring your testers, you bring some things for people to touch and see, and you say, here's a Scentsy Fresh, let's spray it on the curtains. And you can say, like, I put a mini warmer, I haven't done a party since we've had like wall fans, but I would be like, I'll put a wall fan in the bathroom. Make sure you go in there later and let me know what you think, and they're going to be like, whoa, this thing's amazing. So you don't have to take a lot. The stuff in your starter kit is all you have to have. And you just go and you share and you talk. And the magic of it is that you're face to face with people sharing, and everybody gets to smell the scents together and talk about the memories. And this makes me think of my grandma's house. And oh my gosh, this makes me think of, I smelled something this week with my sister. And we were like, oh my gosh, this is like the dried potpourri that our mom used to use. It was an old scent. It was in my discontinued scents box. But we were like, remember that dried potpourri? It smelled just like that. Anyway, so it's just kind of fun. And so that's the magic that happens when you're together at a home party. So, and I'm not doing them. I haven't done them last year. I'm not doing them this year, but one day I will. And if you guys are okay with it, like, I encourage you to try that out. Don't be scared to go and meet people face to face, because as long as you're yourself and you're not, trying to act like you know everything. If they ask you a question because you're live in person, you just say, oh, I don't know. And you look it up in your catalog, or you text me, say, let me text my director and ask, I'm not actually sure. Like, just see what you can do. But people seem to enjoy, I think too, once we're all able to all get together freely again, like, everybody's going to like going to home parties again. That's what I'm guessing. So that's a home party. So after talking about home party, what I think Kathy's done one of these, I did one of these this spring, is I did a Zoom party. So instead of doing a Facebook party where it's all these posts, we actually just got on Zoom and she shared it with people. So, a home party again is one of those things where it's beneficial if everybody that you know is nearby. Of course, the host can give out their link and they can take orders online or whatever, but a Zoom party is great if you've got friends and family all over the country. You can invite them to get together. It's a time to catch up. You could even tell them, hey, I'm going to let you guys start 20 minutes before, and then I'm going to hop on if they want to just like chit chat. But I usually just get on. I think I've done this twice, but I usually just get on and we just seriously chat for a little bit, just get to know everybody as though it were like a real home party. So I think a Zoom party kind of mirrors a home party. But I just sit here at my desk and I show them, or I'll walk around my house and say, here's this warmer, here's this, and talk about the scents that I like. With that one, I did send out a party pack. With the ones that I did send out a party pack also. So that's another idea. If you are like, heck no, I'm not going to be face to face with people. That's too scary or whatever. Like it's another option. And then I want to share about party packs. So my party packs look an awful lot like Kathy's, and I have them full of stuff. I don't have one to show you because I just sent the last one out that I made today. I put them in the mail to go out tomorrow morning. But they're big and they cost about $3.50 a piece to mail, in addition to the samples. So what I would say is if you're getting started, and are you about to say that shipping's about to go up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So shipping's about to go up. So here's where I'm going with this. I think if you're just starting and you're like, whoa, I don't know about that much. Listen, do we still have all the scratch and sniffs for the new releases, or are they sold out?
I think so.
I would say go on the Scentsy Success store, get the scratch and sniff stickers for new releases. That is what they are gonna end up buying. They're gonna buy the ones that they can smell, or any of the scratch and sniffs there that Kathy's holding it up. Inevitably, that is what people end up buying mostly from the party packs, right? Yeah.
Amy, they also have other scratch and sniffs available. They've got like the holiday scents available. So you don't have to use these scratch and sniffs. You can just put any scratch and sniffs on a plain piece of paper and it's okay.
Right. I like this because somebody already made it and it's labeled. But yes,
Right.
the other thing is I don't send a full catalog. I've been doing a showcase brochure. But what I want to suggest is if you were trying to save some money, get some letter envelopes, and you could get a fun color just to make it stand out, but get some letter size envelopes like Jess. She's got her yellow is her color. So that's fun and bright and cheerful. I would get a product sheet. I don't have one right now, but I would like trifold or quadruple, however that product sheet needs to fit inside. Just this long sheet. I use them for my fundraisers. It has a list of all the different scents. It has all the pictures of all the warmers. It's very small, not very detailed, but I would put that. I would put a scratch and sniff sheet in, and then maybe if you can fit some kind of felt sample or something in, or something flat, you could put that. And this Jess is holding up a tool that shows how thick a letter envelope can be to count as a letter and not a package. But you can get away with using, it's like she's like the flight attendant and I'm just the voice and she's just demoing. Okay, so it's like, so, a regular stamp has to be flat, but you can get a butterfly stamp and they are called non-machinable. How much are they now? They're not 70, they're a little bit more, I think.
74, I think.
74 cents, but 74 cents versus $3.50 going up, and the cost of all the samples. So it's up to you, but I would say if you're just getting started, people are going to be happy with anything.
Mhm.
So I've considered trying it myself, to be honest. People love the party packs, like they geek out, definitely. But I don't think there's anything wrong with sending that. You could even try to stick a harvest brochure or something in. The other thing is, though, I want to show you this. 1 second. So I stick this in my party packs, but look, QR code, this takes them to my flippable catalog on my website. If you stick that in there, they've got the full catalog. So you don't have to send a catalog. Put this, that's not going to fit in a letter size envelope, but make a little flyer, like a rack card, like you can get on Vistaprint, but you can make your own, print it at home. It's basically like 3 to a page, but it would fit perfectly in a letter size envelope. Put your contact information and just say, hold your phone over this to scan this QR code. And there's my website and there's my catalog. So that's my advice. Okay, 2 more minutes. Are you ready? I made videos about Facebook parties. I made one, which is like a live to my team. I posted it on YouTube, and it was about how I have basically, anyway, so I made one, and then I just recently made another, and I purposely just sat in front of my computer talking to myself on a Zoom where I screen shared so I could show how I actually create a group on Facebook for my Facebook party, how I link it, how I set it up with Visly, which Visly is an auto posting website that is a tool that we can use. It's free to a certain extent, and then you can pay for it if you use it for multiple parties a month. But I've got a video, so I'm not going to spend the time talking about that, but I know a lot of people could be interested. So I will put, so if you're watching the recording of this, I will put that, or if you're watching right now, when I send our email out, hopefully tomorrow, our group like recognition email, I'll put the link to this training we're doing right now, but I'll also include the links to those Facebook training videos. So there's one where I talk about how to set up the group on Facebook, how to set up your Visly, and can't remember something else. And then the other one is basically, I took my wording, I have the code for Visly, so you don't have to start from scratch with these parties that auto post for you in your Facebook group for your parties. People have templates. There's a whole Facebook group that's Visly, Scentsy Visly codes or templates or something. But I took someone's and I edited it and I changed it and I put my own pictures and I changed the wording a little bit and I made it mine. And so I shared that with you. And I have like a whole Google Drive where I've got like stuff that you might be interested in. So I will just link that all in my email that I send. But if you're curious about Facebook parties, I encourage you to take a few minutes. It's going to be more than a few minutes, but take some time to just listen to it while you're making dinner or something this week. And it's really changed my business. People, I've met people, like I said, any kind of party you're having, I think you are going to meet people that you would not have otherwise been able to reach because you got your customers and they got their friends here and there, but it's so wonderful to have parties. Yes, Melissa.
Okay, so I have a basket party going on right now. First one I've had since I came back. And okay, so she's talking about how hard it is to get orders and everything. And I said, well, we can flip it and make it a in-house party or, where your friends come. And she's like, oh, I don't want to do that because of COVID and, yada, yada. So what would you recommend to her to try to be able to get orders? She's got a couple orders, but nothing really to even count a party yet.
Yeah. Sometimes I will say it's not good timing for some people to be ordering and some parties are kind of duds. And if that happens, typically what I do is I will try to add, like if she wants to order and a friend or something, I will end up adding those orders to another party that I'm placing. And I'll give her 10% of whatever she sold, like as a thanks for trying. And you don't have to, that would just be a really nice thing. But before you give up, do a little coaching with her and give her some tips. Has she texted everybody or messaged everyone personally to say a deadline? Has she offered to let them come over and smell, or she's not wanting to get with people? She could say, I'll drop this off for you and then I'll come back and I'll get it in a couple of days. Has she offered to like bring the testers by to people? Or maybe people don't want to smell. Maybe she could just say, if you don't want, if you're too busy or something, here's my link. You can go online and look at stuff. Anybody else have any ideas? Jess?
So here's what I would say. I would start posting pictures of Scentsy images. And don't just say like, buy this. Do like a this and that. And there's a lot of those that you can find that are already made, and just say, just what's your opinion, and have your host, I'm assuming it's a her, but have the host post on their personal Facebook page. Don't say I'm having a party. Use the this and that. Hey, I'm looking to put one of these warmers in my house. Which one would you pick? Have your host not make it a sale. And then after that, like if 6 people say, oh, I want this, and 12 people say that, just say, well, if you'd like to buy one, or, like, here's the links. And that way you're just like not spewing it out there like link, buy.
Okay.
Is she giving out catalogs to her friends?
Yes, I gave her 5 catalogs and 12 order forms. She said she sent the link that I gave her for her party to a bunch of people. But she's only got like 2 orders, and one of them was my cousin that happened to go on my website and added to her party.
I will
So
say
she's only really got one party to her, that she actually, one order that she actually got.
I think some hosts are more bold in reminding people, and she could be like, oh, I already sent it once, but people see text and then they get busy. So she needs to remind them and say, hey, we're getting ready to close out the party, or the, whatever you call it. Here's the deadline, and say like, can my consultant help you with any suggestions? Let me know what kind of scent you like, and she can give suggestions.
Also, if you say you're going to close on Friday, don't plan to close it until Saturday because you know you're going to get some orders Saturday morning.
Yeah, that's true too.
Okay.
And the other thing, so I said she might be afraid. Oh, also have her think about if all of the people that she is talking to work for a certain company or something, or it might not be a great time of the month as far as pay cycle goes. So like maybe wait till the 15th to close it or something like that. Like that's another thing that I check in with hosts and say, like, maybe it's not the best time. Like maybe we should wait till later in the month or something. So those are my tips. Okay. Thanks for being on tonight, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope that this was helpful. Thanks to everybody who shared something. I really appreciate you taking the time to do that with us. And yeah, so any links or anything that we need, I will post that in the email that hopefully goes out tomorrow.